Hey, how's it going, guys? Today I had the iWOWNFit P1 Sports Watch available for $60 online. Now, it's a pretty simple box. On the side, it says that it's water resistant, has a full color display with sleep tracking. On the other side, it says it has a built-in GPS, which is pretty interesting for a sports watch or smartwatch around this price. A heart rate monitor, an ECG plus HRV. On the back, it doesn't say too much. In the box, you have the watch itself, and underneath that, it should be the 5-pin magnet to recharge the watch, and then a sports guide, or user guide, not sports guide. Underneath that, you can contact them with a 10% off code that I might be using. So the watch screen seems pretty bright, a little smaller than what I expected. On the side is the power button. It also acts like a light off, turn off the screen, confirm, pause, or ended the exercise. I'm reading all this here on the user manual. And then the other side has the number 2, which is down here. This is to kind of enter the exercise. You hold it, otherwise it can go up, page up, light up, or select the option. Pretty much all these buttons, they can light up the screen. And then this also has motion to unlock, which is also a nice feature. It should be on every smartwatch, in my opinion, but that's besides the point. And then this can be returned to the previous menu or continue the exercise. And on the back, you have the heart rate monitor as well as the 5-pin magnet to recharge the watch. And then you have this kind of, I'm not sure if it's a silicone band, but it's pretty nice, and it's got these holes to make it kind of breathable when you're in an exercise, so that it's not too cumbersome on your hand. The flick to unlock is pretty useful on here. It's really responsive compared to a lot of other watches I've tested out at around this price. And I used this the whole day yesterday, and it got down to 50%. So I gotta say, the watch battery life is pretty impressive. You can get about 2 days out of it, maybe even a little more, but I was barely using this. You can say moderate use because I went for running for about 5 to 10 minutes, and it's really simple to set up and connect to your phone too. So first you have to download the iWOWNFit Pro app here, and then it'll go through a few directions. You got to sign up with an account. It's free to make, and then it shows you go through a little bit of things. You always refresh it to scroll down to refresh it. But first, it's not even connected, so we got to connect it first so we can go into profile. It'll tell you all these other things. You got to go into device to connect. So we click that. We're going to search for it, and then I don't think it's device triple X or quadruple X. And it comes up as watch P1. So we'll try to connect to the device. It shouldn't take that long. I already connected it before with my other phone, but Bluetooth is off, I want to say. So initially it said that it failed, but now it's connected, so I'm not complaining, I guess. No worries. And then there's easy camera. I don't really understand what that is. So we can make, maybe you can just press this and it'll be like the camera button. I guess the camera's off right now, but that's nothing to worry about. That's something useful to still have, I guess. So there's a little bit of a firmware update, and I'm not sure if it's updating the watch or the actual, I don't think it's updating the app. I think it might be updating the watch. That's just a good guess I'm taking here. And one thing is that this dial that you see here, it seems like I got some notifications, so you can see there's a little red there, so that means there's a few messages that I haven't read. And then besides that, it shows the heart rate monitor, how many calories I burned today. Looks like it might be for steps. Then you got the date and time here. Okay, so one thing I noticed is that when you get text messages, they'll show up on here even when you flick your wrist. You'll feel a vibration first, and I'm also blocking this because it has some personal info. And then it shows that it's from SMS. You can't reply from here, you gotta reply through your phone. But I guess in a way, it's kind of more convenient because it's like you can see it on your wrist instead of having to take your phone out. And by the way, this is day 4 now, and it seems to be running at about, what is it, less than 40%. It's probably around 20. It's showing 38% on the phone here, the phone app. So pretty impressive battery life. I underestimated it. That's definitely a plus right there. And then for the app itself, you can actually start running from here instead of going on the watch. But what's weird is that like it kind of tracks it, but it doesn't really show it on the watch. It shows it more on the phone if you have your phone with you, assuming you most likely will. And then it does keep track of how far you ran. It shows it on the map because there is a GPS tracker. But what's weird is that when you do it from here, it said that it couldn't find the GPS. So I'm not sure exactly which one to understand or believe. But either way, it works more so through the phone. So you can press go from here and then play on here. To get to running, you go from right to left. You can click run here. Then you can click start. Then it says it's finding a GPS. It's better signal in open area. And I ended up skipping that because it said it can't track GPS route before GPS is found. So I ended up just starting it that way. And then just go down here. And so tighten the watch to get a more accurate heart rate. So it'll show you the heart rate along with it. Then you can see everything down here as you're running, so you don't have to worry about it. And then it will take the data. You can go from left to right to pause it and then stop it. You can do the same thing on the phone, but when you sync it to your phone, it'll update the data this way. And when you stop it, it shows all your information, gives you a summary. Then there's other things you can pick from. And normally what we saw here is you'll see whatever's the most recent you used, it comes up on top here. And so you have run and fast walk. I didn't even know that was a thing. And then you can go ahead and look at tennis, cycle, mountain, basketball. There's so many different options here. It looks to me that it mainly takes your heart rate. So if we click on aerobics, it takes a look at your heart rate and kind of measures it from there. Then you can go right one more time and it'll take you to messages, schedule, stopwatch. I'll click messages and it'll show you your most recent messages. These are all personal for me. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that down here you can just click clear all to delete them all. They won't delete it on your phone, it'll just clear it on the message on the watch itself. So to create a schedule, you go into the device part and click alarm schedule. Then you can simply just create a schedule there and it'll show up on here when you click on it. Then you've got a stopwatch. That's to be expected with almost any fitness tracker, smartwatch, whatever you want to call it. And it goes by seconds, it won't show milliseconds. We can reset that. Then you've got a timer, and it can go from 30 seconds all the way to 1 hour, and you can also have a custom time down there. On the bottom is the settings. Then you can go into dial, so you can change. I thought for a second like you'd actually be able to make a phone call. That would have been surprising. But no, it's just to change the front timer clock. So honestly, the first one looks the best to me. This one looks okay. Because since it's a squared watch, this one looks alright too. There's a couple of different ones to pick from. I'm not sure if you can change the layout if you wanted on like through your phone and download some, and then it connects it on here. That'll be pretty nice. Oh, by the way, you can go from top to bottom to see your steps and see your stand, energy, and it just goes back there. Then you've got down press. When you hold this button for a few seconds, it'll automatically have it set to whatever you have it set as. I have it set to running. You can pretty much set it to any one you want. Any of the workouts that you saw there. Then you've got Smart Track, 24-hour, no disturb, 24-hour time, or 24-hour heart rate. What this will do is this will track your heart rate, but it'll take up or consume battery life. Then you got different languages here. There's about, what is it, 6 or 7? There's quite a few. There's some to pick from. And then you can go all the way down and you'll get to brightness. Now the thing is there's also about and reset if you want to reset the whole thing. And then brightness, dude, this already is pretty bright, and it's not even at full brightness. It was at but looking at this outside is no problem, even with the lower brightness. It kind of reminds me of the Xiaomi Huami Amazfit pace, except that's still easier to see because it has that electric paperless display or whatever you want to call it. But that's beside the point. Nonetheless, this is great for outdoors. Overall, I gotta say it's great for the price it is at the time of this video. This goes for $60 on TomTop's website. I'll try to see if I can find anything lower. But besides that, overall, I would recommend this, especially if you're a runner who goes outdoors a lot, because you can see this outside, and it seems like a solid smartwatch, or fitness band, whatever you want to call it. Even though the options can be a little limited, it does look a little smaller than what I had expected. I'm not sure if this is for men or if this is unisex, but this can work for either men or women, to be honest, because it's actually not that big of a screen, or it's not that big of a watch as I thought it would be. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Leave a like if you found this video helpful, and subscribe if you want to see more. As always, thanks for watching.